Well, hey folks, Species7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me here today on the server. Yes, indeed, I'm on my little Cathouse Farm. And just going to put some fertilizer down, make sure that our sunflowers can be all that they can be. And, well, let's turn that on a bit early. I think we need to come over a bit too, don't we? That should about do it. There we go. So yeah, I've got my hired helper, and he better be doing a good job, harvesting away on the sugar beets. We've got our truck parked up there. She's got one load on board now. Geez, I should have checked how much that took up, because I know those beet harvesters carry a fair bit. So maybe it's sitting at like 80% full. Who knows? But here we are with our tractor with a nice. This is the first time that I've actually used a tractor that's set up this way with dual row crops. But being a large tractor, it's one of the few I found that offered an option of row crops at all. So I was a little concerned because, I mean, geez, there was still a lot of tire there. You'd think he'd be doing damage, but as you can see, with the narrow tires on the spreader and the dual row croppers on there, we're actually chugging along pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Now, the issues I was having the last time with getting speed control, I'm assuming it's speed control that was causing the problems. Now, it seems very limited. It's not really an ongoing issue. And by very limited, it doesn't seem to be happening with every vehicle. In fact, it doesn't seem to be consistently happening with the same vehicles. But basically what the issue is, and I have a feeling it has something to do with interacting with hired help, either first or second after actually activating a cruise control. But it seems to, I guess, as the hired help thing locks out all of your controls once you hire a helper until you unhire them. I think it might do sort of the same kind of deal, you know. Ooh, a little bit of a twitch there. And that might be what's actually happening. Is because it's, no matter how much I go and smack on the plus and minus on the numpad, it's not allowing me to change cruise control. And with the normal cruise control for doing implement work way down, i.e. number 3, way below what you should be doing. There we are, there's one field. I think it's where we end up running into these issues. So, and as it happened when I got into that one tractor, cruise control for 3 was tapped way down to whatever, I guess, the last implement it ran with. So yeah. So I don't know that it's the mod, essentially. But I mean, when your mod folder and all of ours on this multiplayer one do, because I know how much is on the drive, but when you got well over a gig of mods, I suppose it's kind of expected, perhaps, that there's going to be a little oddness, you know. One of my kitties is sitting on the windowsill. Do your cats ever chirp at birds to try and attract their attention? It's amazing some of the sounds that can come out of a kitty. Yeah, he's up there making little mewling sounds because we've had these beautiful little black and white finches lately. And they seem to like to settle on the corner of the roof that's about 10 feet away from my window. Which is one of the kitties' favorite places, other than their catio. So I do hope everyone's doing well. We are having an absolutely amazing little bit of springtime here in beautiful Powell River, British Columbia. on the appropriately named Sunshine Coast. It is in fact going to hit 18 degrees Celsius today. And for those of you that are not familiar with that particular flavor of temperature, that's getting up into the mid-60s. Yeah, so if you're still using the old fuzzy height measurements, that would be about, 60 middle F somewhere. Which I suppose in Kelvin would be about, what, 200 and something? Yes, yes indeed. Tractors in space. Okay. I didn't actually check. I'm assuming this field also only had a single fertilization from an original planting. But I think I'll check the cotton field before I go zumpity-tumping a load of ferts on there. Alright, we know the train's just gone by, so we can be a little bit... How's our buddy across the road doing? No idea where he is or what he's doing. In fact, looks like both him and my truck have temporarily left the building. So, who knows? Who the heck knows? There we go. That's a little straighter. This is something that freaking Cattle and Crops needs to add. That little set of numbers on the bottom of the mini-map, you know, I mean, this isn't corn. You don't see nice rows to follow to know if you're straight. So keeping within a decimal or two on your compass, well, kind of self-explanatory, isn't it? Like, I know this field runs about 0180, so as long as I'm on either of those headings, well, I'm probably doing what I need to do. Again, a little more this way. There we are. I'm kind of running in a straight line now. So, good enough. Yeah, we might be 3 feet short of that edge, but I don't think I'm going to spend the extra $60 worth of fertilizer to get that 3 feet. I think we'll settle on what we're getting. Oh, man. I can't believe the AI did such a bad job on the edge of that field, man. I even went back and repaired some of it already before it got too intense, eh? Alright, let's check out the state of this field before we get too excited, shall we? Alright, same deal. Needs a half a flow of fertsies. So, I think what we're going to do here is hand it over, and we're going to jump off. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. 51%. So we can almost unload this rig twice. Alrighty. Now, I did purchase the truck and the trailer, but I had never noticed that windmill up on top of that hill before. Well, you're an observant fellow, aren't you? But the beet harvester, of course, is leased. So once it's gone and we have our 100 million liters of beets, we will go on to something else. I will probably turn this into my cotton field. Whoa. And use that, did I say I was ready to be dumped on? Don't get all anxious there, hired fella. Yeah, and then use the other big field for something different. Corn, silage, whatever we need. There we go. Set up just right. Alrighty, spill me some beets, dude. Perfect. So, I already have a trailer of these in storage. Not much, like 31,000, but certainly enough to keep our pigs in beets for a little while. So these guys are going to have to find their way to ye old beet store. Yes, indeed. We're off to the sugar shop. Alright, who's offering the best for the buck? The Port Grain Elevator at $2.51. Alrighty. Ah, we're full. Well, thank you, Mr. Hired Helper. So, the Port Grain Elevator. Let's have a look at the Mapo, shall we? Port Grain Elevator. Okay, that's the close one. That's alright, eh? Yes. Let's tag it. Hey, now it's going blinky, blinky, blinky. Alrighty. Let's get there. Ooh, we got a load on, let me tell you. This truck is feeling heavy. Alright, we're going to use this as our crossover point. Bit of a narrow bridge. Whoa. Okay. We got a fair bit of roll going on with this weight behind us, let me tell you. Well, a 15K my butt. I'm going to get across this thing before more traffic comes along. Yes. Ah, shed full of implements sitting up there. Excellent. Alright, let's get ourselves into this thing. There we go. And... whoa! What the heck, man? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, this thing is just out of control, like absolutely uncontrollable. Yeah, I need to slow down or I'm actually going to crash. Okay, I've got full brakes on. Oh my god, I've got full brakes on. Oh, I was not going to stop. I couldn't stop my truck. Wow. You've completed your task. Alrighty then, go home. Alright, so this is, I almost hesitate to say scary as heck. I didn't want to come up this way, to be honest with you, but I didn't have a lot of choice. If I'd have kept going straight, I would have crashed off the bridge. So, we're going to have to really, really watch ourselves. And apparently, I'm going to need a truck with a little bit more hamsters. Or something. I don't know, man. I think I need a... yeah, at least a dual axle truck or something to be pulling this kind of weight. That's crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. Whoa. Alright, so can we get back there? Not easily. But this will eventually. Eventually. Oh no. We're alright. Get us back down to where we need to go. In fact, I might be able to shorten the trip by cutting across these fields. Probably better staying off the main roads anyways, considering how unsafe this is. Yeah, man, I started out, that was literally, that's what they call a tank slapper. It's originally a motorcycle term, but they apply it to vehicles too. I've had a couple of vehicles in my life that have done that at various speeds. They'll suddenly just start doing this on you. And it's called a tank slapper on a motorcycle because eventually your handlebars will bang against your tank. Yeah, it's a horrifying thing on a motorcycle. It's not exactly... yeah, I could have gone a whole better way, couldn't I? Again, okay, I'm full on the brakes here. And, like, literally, you can see the brake lights are on. Yeah, there we are. Now we'll back off a little bit. That is absolutely scary. Full on the brakes again. Okay. I think we're at a good enough speed now. Wow. Man, it just gains so fast. Ah. Okay, there we go. Whew. Okay. We should be able to get into that facility somehow. Authorized vehicles only. Well, I don't know if I am or not, dude. But I believe somewhere in the back end of this is a way to there. Oh my god, perfect. This is what you want on a truck that doesn't seem to have much more than the brakes of a mountain bike. I'm full on the brakes. Come on, man. Slow down. Holy Peter Pumpkin Eater. Alright. We're here. Now you watch, that freaking train's gonna come along and punt me into next week. Alright, so where do we actually unload here? The last time I went looking for the silo is when the train took me all the way down to the fence. I've been here before. This is where trains try to kill me. Okay, I see no train, I see no train. Zoom, zoom, come on, bucko. It snuck up behind you the last time, it'll probably do it again. Oh, let me guess, I gotta get in there, do I? Yeah. Happy joy. I'm still really curious, you know, why did Giants set that up that way? You know what I mean? Like, with the doors open at both ends, tell me that isn't set up as a jump for something. You don't get a long run. Have to be something with really good acceleration. It's something a darn sight smaller than this truck as well. There we go. Now, I hope this thing's got a conveyor belt in the bottom, because if it tips up, I got a feeling this is going to end very, very badly. But I think that's the way this guy works, is it does actually have a conveyor. Yes. Perfect. I wouldn't want to be tipping something that size up on end anyway. That's all them YouTube videos you see where they go do that, and then the load doesn't shift right away, so instead the big hydraulic ram busts and the thing falls over sideways, generally dragging the tractor along with it. Okay. So I think we'll take a more sensible route home. I didn't even look to see... Oh, there we go. See the train signal, man? Deadly. Oh, it's already gone by. Well, that's good news. So we should be able to sleaze out onto the highway here. Come on, little car. Yeah, we almost have control of the truck now. That's better. Let's get the covers on. Flying down the highway. Whoa. She's still a little bit rolly, this truck. 15K. I think we might be going over the speed limit here, guys. Yeah, boss. Yeah, I'll definitely take this. Although there's a lot of steep downhill here. We could really have some issues with this truck. I'd almost rather be dragging that load up the hill. But as we saw, there's issues on that end of the block as well, wasn't there? Wow. He's crazy. He's crazy. Okay. Let's see how you're doing. No, you stopped again, but shame on you. You're on the wrong side of the crop, man. Yeah. Ay. Okay. This is not insurmountable problem. Mr. Hired Worker. That's quite the full load you get on there, buddy. 30,000 pounds. Hey, whoa, come on. Forward. Yeah. I think this thing's got more horsepower in it than that truck does. It's probably geared a little differently, too. Alright. Whoops. I forgot it turns that way. Not only articulate, but it's got the rear tires turn as well. Makes him quite a versatile little monkey. For a machine this size, it gets around. And it's got a good top end, too. So, yeah, one can't help but think it's probably pretty freaking powerful. Alright, dude. With that, I'm going to let you get back to your day. All done. I'm just going to make sure this is shut off. There we go. Alright. Now, let's see how good a job said hired worker actually did. Hey, the last person I visit. There it is. Yeah, okay. No. What did... Apparently you stopped there. I can see the strip that you didn't finish. You're not out of spray, you're just, as usual, smart as a truck, these hired workers, I tell you. Yeah. Boom. There you are. All furted. Perfect. So now we should expect pretty decent crops. Now I've never done the cotton before, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I have a feeling that's probably not exactly the ideal field. I think our sugar beet field is going to be a much better candidate. Well, and on a different subject, I think what I need to do is move my constant sprawl of equipment here. Maybe over where I put those greenhouses, I'll put up some sheds and turn that into a proper bit of a farm machinery parking zone type of thing. We'll see. But yeah, on another subject, it seems that I think 3 of you so far, and it's 3 of the members who generally do spend time on the server, have all said you'd be more than willing to give Grizzly a go. So I personally like the map. Now, it hasn't seen any sort of love since its original conception, near as I can tell. But, I mean, you know, it's a pretty good map as is. It's certainly got an interesting way for multiplayer, you know, because you're basically, no matter where you start, you're not starting in a sweetheart spot. Well, unless you start where I started my farm. So whoever picks that particular part of the map will probably have a little bit of an advantage. The rest of us are going to have to truck things around a little bit. But, yeah. So what I'll probably do is come up with some sort of a significant date to make the change. And we will shift to that until probably at least after the mod contest, and see if something as fancy as okay, that's all he's got on him. So you know, maybe some production or something gets implemented. So we'll have to see how that goes. That is a pretty neat piece of kit, that. Costing us a lot of money. I think it was, what, 27, 28 grand total for the lease. But considering it's a $500,000 worth of equipment in total, I suppose that's a reasonable fee to ask. Jeez, I swear that one crow was a raven. There you go. Let's shut her down. Needs plowing. Oh my God. Of course it does. Huh. Well, yeah. I think I'm actually going to wait. Now, I know it would be much more time-saving to grab one of the hireables and stuff the plow behind one of our mighty tractors. But I think what I want to do first is a great big headland or something, just to see if that will stop this horrible triangulation crud that missed so much of that other field. Because, I mean, what a waste, you know? What an absolute waste. But I think, guys, a little bit early as it may be, this is not quite a half-hour episode, although, I mean, very close. But I think as early as it may be, I'm going to call the episode here. I need these crops to ripen. And I don't know why I look both ways. That train only runs in one direction. That's whichever way I am not looking on the track. But hope you enjoyed. If you did, well, you know what to do. Please smack-a-loo that like button on your way out. And if you haven't subscribed already, good time to do so. There's lots of little things floating around the page that will allow you to do such things. And, well, above all, take care of each other, folks. See you next time. Ciao for now.